my children, and you should hear of the midnight ride of Paul Reveres on the 18th of April in 75. Hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and year. He said to his friend, "If the British march by land or sea from the town tonight, hang a lantern aloft in the belfry arch of the north church tower as a single light, one if by land and two if by sea, and I'll know opposition will be ready to ride and spread the alarm through every middle beach and farm, for the country folk to be up and to arm." Then he said good night, and with muffled hour silently rode to big Charlestown shore, just as the moon rose over the bay, was streaming wake at her morning lake. The sunset British men of war, a phantom ship with each mast and spar, across the moon like a prison bar, in a huge blank hole that was magnified by its own reflection in the tide. Meanwhile, his friend through all the street wandered and watched with eager ears till in the silence around him he heard the muster of men at the barrack door, his sound of arms and the tramp of feet, and the measured tread of the grenadiers marching down to their boats on the shore. Then he climbed the tower of the old North Church by the winding stairs with stately tread to the belfry chamber overhead, and the stammer by pinion from their perch on the sunbreathed rafter that round him made masses in moving shape of shade. By the temple later stepped and talked to behind his window in the wall, where he paused to listen and look down a moment on the roof of the town, and the moonlight flowing over all. Beneath, in the churchyard, lay the head under night encampment on the hill, wrapping in silence to deep and still. Then he could hear like a sandy tread the wonderful night wind as it went, creeping along from tent to tent, and seeming to whisper all is well. A moment only the bells dispel on the place, on the hour, and his great dread of the lonely belfry, and he dead. For suddenly all his thoughts are bent on the shadow something far away, where he rivaled with London to meet the bay, a line back bed and float on the rising tide with a bridge of boats.
Meanwhile, impatient mountain ride, booted and spurred with a heavy stride, on the opposite shore, while far rear. Now he patted his horse's side. Now he gazed at the landscape far and near. Then, impetuous, stamped the earth, and turned and tightened his saddle girth. But mostly he watched with eager search the belfry tower of the old North Church, as it rose above the graves on the hill, lonely and spectral, somber and still.
Looks on the belfry's height, a glimmer and then a gleam of light. He springs to the saddle, the bridle he turns, but lingers and gazes, so full on his sight, a second lamp in the belfry burns.
A hurry a halt in a beach street, a shade in the moonlight, a bolt in the dark, and beneath from the pavilions in paving spark, struck out by the steed flying fairly and fleet, and was all, and yet through the gloom and the light, the fate of a nation was right that night, and the spark struck out by the steed in the fight, bringing the land into fame with his head. He has left the village and mounted the steps, and behind him, tranquil and broad, the deep is the mystic meaning the once sky, now soft on the sand, now loud on the land. It heard the tramp of his tread as he ran. It was 12 by the beach clock, When he crossed the bridge into Medford town, he heard the crowing of the cock and the barking of the farmer's dog, and felt the damp of the river fog that rises after the sun goes down. It was won by the beach club when he galloped into Lexington. He saw the gilded weathercock swing in the moonlight as passed, and the meeting house window black, and there gazed at him with a special pleasure, as if they all already thought aghast at the bloody work they would look up. It was too by the beach club. When he came to the bridge in Concord Down, he heard the bleating of the flock and the twitter of birds among the trees, and felt the breath of the morning breeze blowing over the meadow brow. And one was safe and asleep in his bed who at the bridge would be first to fall, who that day would be alive dead, faced by British master ball. All the rest in the book you have read. How the British regular fire and fled, how the farmers gave the ball for ball from behind each fence and the farmyard wall, casing the redcoat down the lane, then crossing the foul to emerge again under the trees at the turn of the road, and only passing to fire and loot. So thought the night rode Paul Reveres, and so thought the night when his cries of alarm to every village and farm, a cry defiant and not a fear, a voice in the darkness, a no at the door, and a word that showed age for evermore. For born on the night wind of the past, through all our history to the last, in the hour of darkness and perfume the need, the people will make the listen to hear, the hearing beat of the steed and the mighty message of Paul Reveres.